Hello and welcome back. I'm Shelf Unit and this is my continuing Let's Play of Shadowrun Dragonfall. Okay, I'm sort of certain that we've just finished a run. I think it was the one to blow up the As Technology building. Not 100%, but I think that's what it was. Now we've got to go and inform Lucas that we've done his bidding. That's the safe house. Where's the coffee shop? Here's the coffee shop. So we shall go and do that. You join me here today in a very wet, miserable morning. It is highly conducive to playing games today, and so that's what I will be doing. I've already had a nice cup of tea and we shall see how it goes from here. Welcome back, runner. Talk to that exec. He'll fall in line after he gets his pants thoroughly dry cleaned. He smiles broadly. Excellent work. Perhaps you do have a future in this town. Here is your pay. See you around. Okay, and let's hit the streets. So I think I've probably got enough in the Alice Fund right now, but we will see. Let's talk to this guy. Blitz stubs out his cigarette at your approach. Sarah Evenstar, I was hoping I'd see you. Do you have another run lined up for us? Yes. Yet, I'm strapped for cash. The hell are you strapped for cash? The amount of work we've been doing, you should be rolling in new yen. What can I say, Chief? He tries on a thoroughly unconvincing smile, but immediately seems to think better of it. The anxious look returns to his face. We have expensive tastes. How expensive are we talking here? Even if you had a raging cram habit out of the I'd think you'd have had at least some money left. Expensive. Truth be told, we're in debt. In debt to who? He hesitates before responding. When he does, his voice carries an edge of annoyance. No offence, but this is getting a little too personal, Chief. My debt's none of your business. You come here begging me for work and then tell me it's none of my business? No, Blitz, tell me why. Blitz shakes his head in exasperation. Alright, fine. First off, you don't need to worry about anyone coming after me. My debts are to a bunch of old contacts. If I don't pay him, I'm going to lose him. And in this line of work, it isn't smart to burn bridges. Second, before you ask, those debts are for services rendered. I was in a tight spot, I needed some help, and I threw around a lot of IOUs to get it. Third and finally, the trouble I was in involved a girl. Well, I'll tell you about it if you ask me to, but we're verging deep into personal feelings territory, so if you don't want to hear me sob over my ex-girlfriend, you'll drop the subject now. You're clearly preoccupied with this. I know a line of work preoccupied can get you killed, so spit it out and we'll deal with it. Let's meet you guys for a moment, and then looks away and sighs. Alright, where to begin? I met Emil in Dragonfall. She was the first person who was ever more important to me than myself. I was crazy about her, Chief. To this day, she's the only person I've ever met who could out-deck me. And the real kicker is that she wasn't even a decker by trade. There was nothing she wasn't good at. I liked to dabble in rigging, but Emil, that girl could pick up anything she set her mind to. Sounds like a hell of a girl. She was. She made things right. No matter how stupid I was, no matter what I got myself into, she made it right. I don't think much about many people, Chief. Emotional attachments aren't really my thing. Love seems like a diluted word these days, so I won't waste it on Emil. Let's just say that she was important to me. And then I lost her. Don't know what was happening. I came out of nowhere one day, she was just gone, along with most of my decking gear. The only explanation was a handwritten note on old-fashioned paper. Leave me alone. And that was it. We've been together for years, and that was all she left me. That and the beat-up old cyber deck, which we've replaced. Naturally, I freaked. We'd had our share of arguments, but we never had a huge blowout or anything. Couldn't think of anything that would drive her to do a thing like that. Mostly I felt hurt, so I searched for her, in the real world and in the Matrix. And when that turned up nothing, I started tapping my contacts. That was when I started racking up the debt. Did you find it? Nope, she's gone, Sarah Evenstar, without a trace. I looked high, I looked low, I poked into everything I could think of, and my contacts did the same. He shakes his head. She's gone, Chief. At this point I've accepted that, but I still have to repay those debts. I'm surprised that you've given up so easily. There must be some place you haven't looked. He blinks. I don't know, sir, even so. I really did look everywhere, at a great personal cost. She means that much to you. You owe it to yourself to try. Yeah, you might be right. He shakes his head. Fuck, I thought I was done with this. But you're right, without some kind of closure, I'm never going to be at peace with this. Thanks for the talk, Chief. I'll let you know how it goes. You do that, Blitz. Good luck. Awesome. Okay, can't be asked talking to the dog. Let's go to the mission computer. No new messages. Open the jobs directory. Claim payment for the sabotage run. Yeah, you're receiving this message. I've fled the country or I'm otherwise unavailable. Don't worry, you'll still be getting paid. I've made the appropriate preparations. In any case, Sarah and Star, thank you for helping me. Please do not attempt to contact me again. As far as the world and my former employees are concerned, I'm buried under a ton of rubble. It's best that I remain that way. Goodbye. 36,000. Boom, boom, boom. 18,000 in the Alice Fund. View all pending and active jobs. Back to root. Check the status of the Alice Fund. 58,000. Let's transfer. Access to Shadowland. Claim payment for sold. Okay, that's that. Post pay data for sale. Back. Post pay data for sale. I think that's everything. Walk away. Quickly talk to you. As you approach, Iger tends to face you. Arrival. Blah 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 blah. Any thoughts on the last run? Complex needed to be buried. What they were working on in there. It was an atrocity, Sir Evenstar. Glad we were able to put a stop to it. It's too bad that we couldn't have saved any of the clones they were working on, poor things. They were the ultimate victims in all of this. Oh well, we got the job done at the end of the day, that's what matters most. Thanks, Iger. Let's see what this girl has to say. How are you holding up? Don't worry about me, I'm solid. You say good, trust you. Talk to you later. Okay. Let's go say hello to Mr. Amstel. I have nothing new for you, Sir Evenstar, and we have no time to waste. You have Alice's money, but we need that information, and we need that information. Go to the rabbit hole and hurry back. We must find Vauclair before the firing finds us. I need your passport. Password to transfer the data. Amstel sucks in a deep breath. He suddenly looks as though an enormous weight has been lifted from his shoulders. Yes, very good. Excellent, in fact. This has been a long time coming, Sir Evenstar. You're telling me? Amstel turns to open a file on his computer. Alright, Sir Evenstar, before you make his transfers, there are a few things you should know. Firstly, this is a one-way operation. Once the funds have been transferred to the credit stick, the only person who will be able to access them is Alice. As far as the team is concerned, the money will simply disappear. Sure we can trust Alice? I am. Believe me, her reputation in the shadow community is worth far more to her than 50,000 yen. She will deliver the information she has promised. Besides, what other choice do we have? We cannot run, and the money will do us little good if we're dead. I suppose that's true. Okay, keep going. What was the second thing? Secondly, once you make your way to the rabbit hole with the funds, it's go time. I trust you understand what I mean by that. Go ahead and clarify it. What I mean is that retrieving Alice's information will be your only priority. No more distractions, no more side work. I will busy myself cancelling your remaining jobs, smoothing any ruffled feathers. Makes sense. Anything else? Just that you need to be sure before committing to this. Time is important. The great dragon wants us dead. And that is not a thing to take lightly. But you shouldn't return to the rabbit hole until you are prepared to act. If you have any doubts, I urge you to walk. I understand. Ready to proceed. He breathes a sigh of relief. Excellent. The password is Volklingen. Understood. I have to say, Sir Evenstar, this lifts an enormous weight off my shoulders. When Monica brought you on board, I was initially unsure about you. I would never have said that to anyone else, of course, but I kept you under a watchful eye. I can see now that I need enough doubt in her judgment. She chose her successor well. Now, please go fetch the information from Alice. We're one step closer to surviving this mess. Okay. Any new information for me, guys? Thanks, I got no. Okay, let's go to the rabbit hole. Not that I can remember quite where it is. I'm gonna let's see if it's down here first. Let's talk to various people first, actually. No questions. Okay. Is it down here? Stay here for now. Okay. Right. Rabbit hole. Maybe here. Walk away. Step away. Down here. Yeah, sorry, I'm just a little bit on the stuck side here. Lucky strike. She was a small nod. I've been meaning to ask, what's up with the tattooed circuitry? Is it purely decorative, or...? It is now, wasn't always though. She stretches her neck so the circuit pattern on her face can catch the light. What you're looking at used to be tattoo magic. Got it done when I was in Tokyo, doing a job for the Yakuza. You were in Tokyo? About 3 years ago. Spent a few months there. It was a business trip though. You know how it is. Straight from the airport to the hotel to the job site, and back to the hotel again afterwards. Rinse, repeat until the job is done. Not the most exciting way to travel, but the pay was good. What were you doing for the Yakuza? What kind you don't talk about afterwards? Tattoo magic, huh? That's a new one on me. Yeah, it was for me too. It's a meta magic thing, a way of quickening spells to a person, binding magic into the flesh so it's impossible to get rid of. Anyway, long story short, I found a way to break it. Now it just looks pretty in the lamplight. What did the tattoos do before you broke them? She pauses for a moment, considering, and finally she shrugs. Sure, I'll tell you why not. Maybe knowing this will keep you from making the same mistake. So I went to work for the Yaks. They offered insisted that I let them ink me. They said I'd need it for the job. Long story short, the tattoos did boost my abilities, but they also branded me, marked me as Yakuza property, and gave them an easy way of tracking me from the astral plane. How'd you break the spell? That's an even longer story, and not one I want to get into. Suffice to say, it started with killing the guy who inked me, and ended in a pretty dark place. The upshot is I can't go back to Japan, ever. But at least I got my autonomy back. So the moral of the story, I guess, is not to take an employer's word at face value. It's a lesson that every Shadowrunner needs to learn sooner or later. But I had a harder time with it than most. Now, can we talk about something else? Or better yet, can we shut up and have a drink or two? All of this yapping is making me thirsty. Get around, see you around. Okay, now I'm going to be honest and say I've really got no idea where I'm supposed to be going now. No, don't want to talk to you. Running around here, and I just don't know where to go. Talk to this guy. See you around. Found this liquor on my travels. Worth anything? I'll hold on to it. Okay. Yeah. I honestly don't know where I'm supposed to... maybe I go into the data thing. Let's try that. First, let's talk to you. of tech do you get? Let's see what you got. Outfits. Symbols, programs, exit. Okay, let's see if there's anything that I can do on the computer. It's probably on the computer, isn't it? And I just walked away from it like a dick. Normally though, when you've got something quest worthy, it'll access the Shadowlands. No new messages. Pending and active. Status of the Alice Fund. There we go. Transfer 50,000 to the cred stick. Volklingen. Volklingen. Okay, message. The funds disappear from your account. Moments later, a message pops up on screen. Transfer complete. Sitting on its dock on the keyboard, a green LED blooms to life on Alice's cred stick. The trigger has been pulled. The rabbit hole awaits. Okay. Anything else you need to talk to me about now? Thanks, Iger. Excuse me, anything I need to talk to him about? Take the U-Bahn to meet Alice. Okay, this is pretty much what I was aiming for before. Okay, let's quickly go and meet Alice. Alice? Alice? Who the? Travel to the rabbit hole, Altstadt station, and retrieve Alice's data. Tiny cred stick feels heavy in your pocket. Fat with the weight of hard-won new yen, the U-Bahn station swallows you up and sends you hurtling down the rabbit hole. Towards Alice. Towards the information you've bled for. Train pulls to a stop and the doors hiss open to the dark old platform. Good luck. Answers lie ahead. Chat to the arcade machine. Insert Alice's payment into the machine. Cred stick port in the machine greedily accepts your payment. You watch as the black plastic of the cred stick's case disappears into the console. Moments later, a message winks on screen. Sarah Evenstove. Couldn't wait for you any longer. Something is tracking me. Something terrible. Need to get out of town. Go dark for a while. If you're smart, you will too. But a deal's a deal. When you punch the flashing button on the console, it'll spit an optical chip with your information. Take my advice. Whatever this Vauclair business is, to you, drop it and run. And for God's sake, Sarah Evenstove, stay out of the Matrix. It isn't safe. Press the button. You can hear the whine of the motors spinning up in the arcade's cabinet's guts. With a smooth mechanical motion, a generic brand optical chip slides out of the payment port in front of you. Abruptly the screen goes black. Take the chip. Instantly the chip leaves its cradle. The machine reboots itself. Or again, alone. As you settle in for your trip back to the cruise bazaar, you can feel the rest of the world compartmentalise and fall away. No more distractions, just you, the train and the optical chip. Sits in your pocket like a hot stone, impossible to ignore. The train ramps up to speed, filling the air with a monotonous electric whir. The sound is soft and low and urgent, like the droning wings of an enormous insect. It would be soothing if your mind weren't occupied with other matters. All at once the monotony is broken and your PDA is buzzing. A quick glance at the screen tells you are receiving a call and that Paul Amstel is on the other end. Answer the call. You hit the receive button on your PDA. One look at the grainy image that blossoms to life on the screen is enough to tell you that something has gone terribly wrong. Strangled sounds of panicky breathing punch through your PDA's tiny speakers. In the image window you can see the outlines of figures silhouetted against the backdrop of Amstel's shop. The view rotates, bringing them towards the centre of the frame. The image sharpens. In the centre of the screen stands an enormous orc in battle armour, a hand cannon levelled at something just out of frame. His face is a shiny mat of grafted tissue. A smile like something out of a nightmare. Let him go, you son of a bitch! The orc doesn't respond. You don't hear an echo over Amstel's microphone either. You must have muted the volume on your end of the conversation. You watch powerless as the orc's grin widens. The frantic breaths that you hear coming from the off-screen increase in frequency. From off-screen you hear Amstel's frantic voice. Hold on, please, tell me what this is all about. What are the Firewing's plans? You're going to kill me anyway. Don't send me to the grave without... Your stomach drops as the gun bucks and roars in the orc's hand. Your view on the PDA pitches wildly and then comes to a sudden stop with a violent cracking sound. A burst of static floods the screen. Moments later, a dark shape falls into view with equivalent force. You hear the unmistakable sound of bone crunching against hardwood. The camera auto-adjusts and the dark shape swims into focus. You're staring into and through the dripping, cavernous ruin of what was once a human head. The remnants of the face that remain are enough to confirm with your gut what your gut already knows. The body on screen is that of Paul Amstel. Out of frame, far away you hear another voice, a woman's, young from the sound of it, with a military cadence. What now, sir? Now we press our advantage. Jam their comms, Ortega. The sound of hurried motion recede into the background. Alright, remember people, Amstel was the brains of the operation, but the rest will put up a lot more fight. Flush them out and take them down one by one. Another voice chimes in, a young man this time. Sir, look at the wrist. PDA, I think it's recording. God fucking damn it! You hear the roar of another gunshot and the screen goes dark. Your vision swims and the screen of your PDA seems to fade away. The impact of what you've just witnessed hammers you in the gut, over and over again. Amstel is dead and the cruise bazaar is under attack, and it's entirely possible that an ambush party is already waiting to meet you at the U-bound platform. Whatever your attackers have planned, you won't be able to do much about it from here. The train is speeding towards the cruise bazaar station. No more stops between you and the enemy. Nothing to do but prepare yourself and wait. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, and I think if I can, yep, that will be it for this episode. So we shall leave on a cliffhanger. Thank you ever so much for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed. If you have, please subscribe. If not, do not worry about it. Thank you again for watching and goodbye.